On a bleak Halloween night, 3 childhood friends are going to learn that actions have consequences and that not even a wish can save them. Hello! Welcome to another episode of Descent into Madness. Today we will be playing a module called Too Close to Home. I have some willing sacrifices with me sitting around right now. Well, you could also refer to them as investigators. But for this one, let's begin. Roselawn. It's probably one of the few last towns in America that you would consider small town. One main avenue, there's plenty of shops, plenty of shops that are owned by one family in particular, but plenty of small town shops there, and forests that run all around it, almost keeping it engulfed in its own little valley. Roselawn is a quiet town most of the time, but it is Halloween, and everyone is out enjoying themselves, especially some teenagers who are currently getting ready for a night out of the town with their friends. We start off first with someone known as the Cap. She's at her house, getting ready to leave, when her father stops her, wanting to talk with her about business matters and to start bringing up the next family gathering, or what he refers to as a big corporate meeting where he invites his partners, shows off his family, and tries to drag as much money out of people as he possibly can. Sweetie, how are you doing tonight? What are your plans again? I forgot. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just hanging with my friends.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That all of your friends, especially Danny.
Especially Danny is a weird way to put it, but yes, Danny will be there.
Okay. Just be careful around him. All right? There's a lot of rumors, and it could affect things. I mean, it might even affect your sales. And I just want you to be focused on what I have set up for you.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I only do this in the best interest of the family, and I just want you to be on the right path, please.
Okay, well, I'm still gonna go out with my friends, so sorry about it.
All right, just keep in touch, and please make sure you call your mother. We cut now to another house where Mandy is getting ready for her best friend, the Cap, to show up to pick her up. Where her mom, effectively the district attorney for the entire county, is sitting at a table with her, having a quick bite to eat before her friends show up. Halloween.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I am.
You're going to be with Danny and Cap, right?
Yeah.
That's great. I'm so happy for you. I know you're going to have a lot of fun with them.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. I'm really excited.
Look, as far as Danny goes, how's he been lately? How's he been acting?
Been fine. I haven't noticed anything super different.
Look, he hasn't been dealing with any unfortunate types or anyone you would deem like criminal at all?
No. Do you know something I don't?
Look, I know he's been staying at the house on and off again because I know things are tumultuous with his father. But there have been some talks about him working for Mr. Winters. You've probably seen the news. He's kind of a known criminal. He's dealt with a lot of drugs and stuff, and we've been trying to pin him down for years. And, well, about a month ago, I remember Danny took a trip, and there was an accident, or what he claims was an accident. He showed up in a hospital. Look, we think he might be in a lot of trouble. And even worse, we think he might have hurt 2 people. I just want you to be careful with him, okay?
Okay.
Just, if anything happens, just make sure you call me first, okay? Before you call the police.
Okay. That's a lot of information.
As that final line comes out of your mother's mouth, you hear 2 honks come from outside, and you know that's your friend Cap waiting out front.
I gotta go. Gotta jet.
Have fun. like I said, make sure you call me, let me know where you're at, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. I will.
Look, if there's anything else you want to talk to me about, just talk to me, okay?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Whatever. Yeah. It's fine. I'm going. I'm gonna go now.
Okay. All right. You head out front and you see your friend Cap in her brand new Porsche that looks like she just received on her 18th birthday with a smile on her face.
Hey, bitch.
Wow, look at you. You got the new car. You're looking
I
so
know.
cool.
It's not the color I wanted, but it's fine.
I mean, it looks good with your hair.
Oh, thank you.
And stuff.
I love you. You're the best.
Yeah. Say yes. I'm just stoked to hang out.
Are you good?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm so good. I'm so chill. I'm just excited to have a chill, cool, fun night with my friends and friendship and stuff. Such a good time.
Yeah. Are we gonna go pick Danny up now?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that in your new Porsche. Woo! Oh.
Okay.
Pause. As we cut over to Danny, that he is in a third floor apartment downtown. It's not a great looking apartment. He's meeting a man by the name of Tommy, who he's recently made a purchase for 3 fake IDs. As he walks up to the door and starts to knock on it.
Hey, Tommy, are you there? I've kind of got some stuff going on. Can we hurry this up? Come on.
You hear somebody get up and shuffling the beer can and like trash and stuff, and slowly comes to the door, and you see it open, and there's like the chain that's still in the door, and he looks through it at you, and he goes, yeah, shit, Danny, sorry, I thought you were gonna come in like another hour, man.
Oh, that's perfect. I'm here now, so let's get to the point. I need the 3 IDs.
Yeah, hold on, man, just come on in. And he opens the door, and he invites you in. It smells like literally shit. It smells bad in this apartment as you walk in. And you see him kind of shuffle the back. He goes, yeah, 3 IDs, right? Yeah, hang on, I've got them back here. And he kind of goes to the back of the apartment itself. You see him ruffling around again. There's trash noises, so on and so forth. And then he comes back out with like a vanilla envelope, and he hands it to you. You got the money?
Yeah, I got the money. Let me see. I want to take a look at these IDs real quick.
Go ahead.
So I open up the envelope and I take a look at those 3 IDs.
Yep. You see 3 IDs. They look like they're Minnesota IDs is what they've gone with for this. Mm-hmm. It's just random names. Like yours is like Derek Smith and age like 32 or something.
Okay.
And then for Cap, it's like Barbara Winters or something, and it's like age 28. It's just random names. As far as what you can tell, they look legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to, though, you can give me a education roll or a law roll if you want.
That's a 27 out of a 45. 45.
Yours is fine.
Okay.
Mandy's is fine. Cap's, you almost notice kind of like a slight like misprint in the bottom of it that anyone would be able to catch. And you even kind of take out like, you hold it up to a lamp to look through it, mm-hmm. and you can tell there's just something off about this one.
As I hold up the ID to that lamp, I tell Tommy, I don't pay for shoddy work like this.
Shit, man, I hope you weren't gonna notice. Okay, just hang on. I made another one just in case. And he runs to the back really quick in like a panic, and you see him shuffle around again, and he comes back out, and he goes. I tried to make it at last second. That's why I was hoping you were going to come in an hour, man.
Yeah, I want to grab him by the collar and push him against the wall. I do not want to see any mistakes like this ever again. Do I make that clear?
I need a strength roll, please.
Absolutely. We'll take that as a 68.
What's your strength at?
Strength is a 57.
Okay. You grab him and shove him against it. And he allows it to happen, but then he kind of stops and looks at you dead in your eyes and goes, "The hell do you think you're doing? I know you're running from Mr. Winters. How would he feel if I maybe gave him a call right now? His boys came around asking about you.
What did they say?
Said you owe him a lot of money, Danny. And maybe, just maybe, I might give them that call after you leave. Maybe you throw another $1,000 on top of this.
I can get you 1,000 tomorrow. Is that all right? I don't have the money right now. Listen, I'm good for it. You know that I'm good for it. I've got a plan, all right? You know me. I come up with solutions, not problems.
I need fast talk. I need fast talk or persuasion.
Let's do fast talk for a 27. That's a 90.
You have until 9 a.m. If you don't bring me my extra money, I call Mr. Winters and I tell him exactly where you're at.
I take the IDs and I get out of there as fast as I can.
Walk like 2 blocks away from the apartment where you had told Cap that you were going to be at for you to be picked up. And as you stand there, you just feel kind of like anxious about what was just said to you. And you feel like you're being watched every time you step out onto the street. As all of a sudden you don't notice, but Cap pulls up right behind you and honks the horn, and it scares the living crap out of you.
I'd try and collect myself and see the Porsche and just try and wave you down real quick. Casually. Hey! I've got good news for tonight. I'd like to pull out the envelope.
Go ahead.
With the IDs. I'm like, we're gonna have some real good, honest fun tonight.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'd like to get into the car. Perfect.
Yeah.
And hand everybody their IDs.
Thank you.
Yeah, what if we get caught with these? Like, are we gonna, get thrown in jail? Or,
No, they just take the ID. And here's the best part. You don't get caught. There's a 50-50 chance of getting caught. You know, you don't get caught, that's 50%. You don't get caught, that's the other 50%. Just don't get
That doesn't
caught.
make any sense.
It's 50% chance, either side. Just don't get caught.
Also, it's Halloween, so, if we do get caught, it was just, slap on the wrist at most?
Yeah, everyone's going to be out tonight. No one's going to be checking IDs.
But what if I do get caught, and, what if it goes on my record, and, what if I'm trying to apply for jobs in the future, but then people see that I tried to use a fake ID?
Can you give me a sanity roll, please?
Already?
Yeah, both dice. Yeah, you'll roll both dice for you and try to get underneath it.
24.
Okay. Yeah, you don't take any damage for it, but yeah, it does bother you a little bit having that ID and thinking about the implications about whether or not you would get caught with it. I will say at this point, you get into the Porsche with them, and you guys maybe go get a bite to eat or something as night begins to fall. I would say that you pick them up around 4 o'clock. You guys go get something to eat. It gets later in the evening, and because Roselawn is the way that it is, they have a big Halloween festival on Halloween. So almost instantaneously, even as you guys are sitting in whatever restaurant or diner you decide to eat in, you see people starting to pull out into the street. And they're setting up stands, and lights have gone up, and you're starting to see people with costumes walking up and down the streets. And at that point, you know that this is the perfect time to go over to McGuffrey's, because you know exactly that there's a brand new bartender that's working there that doesn't like to check IDs as much.
Perfect. I think it would be a great time to start the night off right.
Are we pre-gaming?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, it's Halloween night.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna park my Porsche somewhere safe.
Okay.
Because it's Halloween and people do spooky things. And then we all walk up to the bar.
Can you roll a luck roll for me?
I would
We're
love
gonna see
to.
how good of a park job you actually do.
Let's see. 26 out of 65.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, you find a
Of course I did.
nice little parking garage. It's perfect. It's nice and safe, well lit, everything. You guys walk up 3 blocks to this kind of tiny dive. It's A very popular one and famous one. It's called McGuffrey's. It's perfect little hole in the wall. And even with the festivities going on outside and people going crazy and celebrating Halloween, as you guys walk into it, it's smoke filled and you can hear some like maybe some lull country music coming out of a jukebox in the back, little L-shaped bar. And you see behind the bar, there's kind of this like early 30s looking guy. It's got a bit of scruff. He's a little overweight, but he's definitely brand new. You guys have never seen him in town before working the bar. And there's maybe one or two people, which is kind of weird for any sort of bar because you know the rest of them are going to be packed. People like to party on Halloween. So what would you like to do?
Kind of dead here.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a perfect time to get a drink. They're not going to check. I would like to go up and order a Cosmopolitan.
Okay. Yeah, you walk up and the bartender kind of notices you and he puts down the glass that he's shining and he's like, yeah, what can I get you tonight?
One Cosmo, please.
Cosmopolitan?
Yeah, a Cosmopolitan.
Okay. Yeah, we have like beer and whiskey and other drinks. I don't know how to make a Cosmo. I'm sorry.
Okay. I guess Coke and whiskey, please.
Okay. What type of whiskey? You want Jack? You want
Jack's good.
Bullet?
Jack's good. Jack. I like Jack.
Okay. All right. Can I see some ID, please?
Yeah. I'd just like to flash it to him as fast as possible. Like.
Smart.
Sleight of hand.
Alrighty. That's a 1.
Yeah, first time ever in checking an ID from a bartender. He just kind of goes, "Oh yeah, great. Yeah, 35 years old and looks like you're from Michigan."
Great town.
He goes, "Yeah, you said a Jack and Coke." And he looks over and he sees you both standing kind of close by, and he goes, "Ladies, can I get you anything at all?"
Yeah, can I do a vodka Red Bull?
Okay, yeah, vodka, Red Bull. What?
That. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 of those.
Okay, can I see some IDs as well too?
Yeah, sure. Barbara Winters, 28.
Yep, I take that.
I'm like, my hand is shaking so much. And I'm looking away as much as I can.
Oh, what do I want to make you roll? I'm gonna roll something. Yeah, he just takes your ID, no problem. And he looks.
This is the best bartender ever.
He looks at both of. He looks at both of them, kind of holds them up to the light, and he just kind of goes, "Okay, yeah, here. Yeah, you said what is it? Vodka, Red Bull, and then
2.
the same thing, right? Yeah, okay." And he goes back behind the bar. He makes the drinks very quickly. And then he hands them out to you. He gives you your Jack and Coke, the 2 vodka and Red Bulls. It's at this moment you hear the door open. And in walks in the sheriff of the town, Sheriff Oakley. And he starts to kind of walk in. And can you all give me spot hidden rolls, please, as you watch him walk into this bar?
61.
97.
32.
Okay. Did you pass? Did you roll under your spot hidden?
I'm 1 over.
You're 1 over. Okay. So, if you want, you don't technically have to fail it. You could spend 1 point of luck, or if you want to, you could push the roll where you kind of explain to me how you look over Sheriff Oakley again in a different way. But keep in mind, if you fail that roll, it will be a critical failure. So you can spend 1 point of luck. However, you will lose it, or you can push the roll.
I feel like it's too early to spend luck, so I'm going to push it.
Okay. How are you kind of like looking over Sheriff Oakley differently this time?
I'm not looking over him necessarily. I'm trying to hide us in the corner so we're more discreet.
Okay. Give me another spot hidden roll, please.
I would love to. 6.
Okay. You two, you're so nervous that you're going to get caught with this drink. It feels like you're holding like dynamite in your hands and it's lit. You, however, are just so enamored with the fact that you've gotten away with these fake IDs and you're kind of going over to, because you see Cap kind of shuffle you over to a corner and stuff. You notice, or you can smell it, that Sheriff Oakley smells like a friggin' brewery. He is drunk, and even as he walks in, he's kind of like not moving in a straight line. He is moving back and forth.
Is he on shift right now? Is he working? Like,
from what you can tell, it looks like he's kind of has like his shirt unbuttoned, and it kind of looks like he's off duty for the most part. Maybe just enjoying the festivities too much outside. Who knows? It's been known around town that Sheriff likes to drink. There's no shocker to it. And you see him walk up to the bar completely oblivious to you three that have moved over to this corner booth. And he just kind of sits down and he looks over at the new bartender and he goes, Hey, let me get a Bud Light. Bud Light, come on, man, I'm the sheriff. And the bartender goes, yes, sorry, Sheriff. Yeah, give me a second. And he pours him a Bud Light, and you see the sheriff kind of reach behind the bar, and he just grabs a bottle of whiskey and a glass and pours himself one, and he goes, put this on my tab too. And he sits it down, and you start to see him drink as you guys sit over in your little corner booth, and he starts to drink heavily. Is there anything you guys want to talk about while you're sitting over there at your booth?
I mean, I think you don't have to shake. We're fine. He's literally like trashed. So we're not going to get caught.
Yeah, but still, it's like the principle of the thing. I don't know.
Well, I mean, just take like one taste to see if you like it. That's how I started.
Wait, is this your first sip of alcohol?
No. Maybe. Stop laughing. It's not funny.
Oh, it's cute.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I mean, it's good that you're having your first drink surrounded by friends. How about that?
Yeah, it's safe.
Yeah. Okay. What if we did a drinking game?
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know any drinking games. I thought
That's
you guys
fair.
Hold
would
on.
know.
I can go get a pack of cards up from the bar. Maybe they might have some.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to go up to the bartender and see if the new guy knows where like a pack of playing cards might be.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you and he goes, yeah, I think we've got something behind the bar here. And you see him kind of shuffle around, and you can still hear the sheriff is still drinking and stuff, but he's also starting to like mutter things under his breath as the bartender hands you a pack of cards and gives it to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back to the table and just say like, is he always like, I mean, not to say drunk, but like saying stuff as I like start shuffling the cards.
I mean, he's hung out with my dad before, and they're usually like in his study talking, but like I've never seen him like trashed like this before.
Well, I mean, we keep watching. We're gonna see him get really trashed. Do you know how to play gin rummy?
No.
Do you know how to play war?
Okay, I can learn if you teach me something.
Okay. I deal out the cards to everyone equally. The highest card wins, the lowest card drinks. Cool?
What if we just go like shot for shot with like the sheriff? Like he's obviously drinking a lot. He's having a good time.
Oh, that's a fun idea.
Every
Yeah.
time we see him take a sip, we take a sip.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah. I'm cool. I can hang.
This is how we're going to do this now. What I'm going to have you guys do is you're going to roll a spot hidden. If you succeed, I'm going to make you make a constitution roll because I'm assuming you've seen him take his sip and you drink, and we're going to see how well you handle it.
Fail.
Got a 14.
Okay,
I
you
passed.
didn't see him sip.
48.
Okay, you didn't see him.
I got a 14, so I do see him sip.
Okay, so you take a sip of your drink. Y'all both don't notice the sheriff sipping. Roll constitution for me, please.
I failed that with a 72.
Okay, your stomach's starting to feel queasy.
All right.
It takes the sheriff a minute. He drinks his beer. Then he reaches over, pours himself another shot, and he drinks again. Roll spot hiddens, everyone again.
I did
16.
87.
59.
19.
Okay, so success,
Barely.
Fail.
fail. You don't see him sip. You both roll Constitution for me.
Icky. 39. Yeah.
70. No.
Okay. You sit there and your stomach is starting to feel so queasy after even drinking just a smidgen of this. You feel like you're about to be sick.
Oh, guys, I'm having a really good time. Hypothetic. Do we know where the bathroom is? Just in case I needed it. Not that I don't, but like if I did.
I haven't been here before. I mean, you can ask the bartender. I mean,
It's probably down in the back by the kitchen.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ask the bartender really quick.
You ask the bartender, and he very easily just he goes, yeah, it's down around the right there. You should see a neon sign.
I
And
start like speed walking there, but I don't want to run because I don't want to show just how bad it is. But I'm like speed walking.
you speed walk off into the bathroom, and like the sheriff he's so into the bottle at this point. He's probably drank, it was a full bottle, it's down to like a half, and it's only been like 10 minutes. And he sits there and he sees you kind of leave. He goes, some people can't handle their alcohol, right? Jesus. He looks at the bartender, and he's not keeping his voice down when he says this. He looks over at the bartender and he goes, you know, I've worked this job for 15 years. And there's some crazy things I've seen. I mean, people doing God knows what to each other. I tell you what, I've never seen what I've seen since a day ago. And the bartender kind of realizes that he's kind of stuck in this story, so he's got to walk over and have to listen to him and stuff. And the sheriff sits there and he goes, we found this body on the side of the road. You, how new are you to town? And the guy kind of just goes, I've only been here for like a couple months. Well, it's fine. Look, there used to be this guy who lived by himself, Burroughs, lives in a cabin at the edge of the woods. We found him dead last night. Found his body at the side of the road. Strangest thing, his eyes were just wide open, staring into it. When the people had found him, they thought maybe he had just fallen and couldn't get up. And when they went to go check on him, he wasn't responsive. And like, we had the coroner come out. Dawson, the one that runs the funeral home. And the bartender's kind of like, I've only been here a couple months. I don't know everybody. It's fine. It's kind of weird. When Dawson took the body, he was just a little too curious about it. I don't know why. It's been sitting over there at the funeral home, and I was expecting a call today, but I never got one. Nah, whatever. I'm going to take a nap now. And he just lays his head on the bar, and you see him fall asleep right there as you overhear him talk about this body.
I'm gonna call my dad real quick, see if he picks up. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'd like to call my dad to make sure that that's not him.
You call,
Okay.
and the phone picks up, and you just hear, yeah?
Hey, Dad. Sorry, I was just trying to reach you.
Come on out with it, boy. What do you want?
Okay. Sorry, I thought I heard something interesting about you today, and, I really was wishing for the best news to ever happen to me, but, I guess we're all good. Have a good night, Dad. I hang up the phone.
Yep. Click. Can you give me a listen roll, please?
Yeah. Is this a 1 or 100?
Is it 0,
001.
Yep, that's a 1.
1.
Okay. You heard all that.
Hey, bud.
Hey, Katie.
What's up?
I mean, we both heard from the sheriff. I thought that was my dad. Some people just keep on kicking it, right?
Yeah, what was that, like, best day of my life comment? What was...
Listen, some people are just like born in this world being just mean drunks, and he's one of them. So I don't want to get into it. Because like, listen, like my family isn't perfect, unlike yours. They
We're not perfect.
Well, I mean, you've got a Porsche, you got everything that you want. I mean,
Okay, but, like, money doesn't buy happiness.
well, I mean, it can. I mean, how? I mean, like, how much money do you like have? Like think about like how much money you have.
Okay, well,
Because
like,
I don't got much.
liquid in the bank, like, not that much. Like, it's mostly family money, so, like, this is kind of weird for me to talk about. I'm sorry. I don't really, like...
Yeah, no. This seems just inappropriate of me to just ask. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go check on
Yeah, I'll go.
Andy to-
Do you want another round?
yeah, I need to forget tonight already.
Can I get can I get a card just so we can open up a tab for the drinks?
So you want me to pay for my own drink that you offered to buy for me?
I'll pay you back. Don't worry. I remember I paid you back last week. It was like $20, but that's money.
Okay, I'm really not supposed to use this, but here's my dad's credit card. Just this round.
Yeah, just this round. I promise.
Okay. I'm gonna go check on Mandy now.
Can you give me a constitution roll, please?
33, 45.
You're fine. You walked up to the toilet and you felt like it was gonna happen, but then as you stood there, you realized you're just perfectly fine. As your friend walks into the bathroom with you.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah. I'm good. Yeah, I for a second there thought it was gonna be Upchuck City.
Well, I'm glad it wasn't.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing in here?
Oh, Danny's getting another round for us, and I just wanted to make sure you're okay.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm good. I'm really good.
Okay.
Actually.
You want to go back out there? Need a few more minutes in here?
No. We can walk back out.
Okay.
Yeah. That's yeah. Cool. Thanks for checking in on me. That's really kind of you.
Pause for this for a minute. We go back out to you that's sitting at this booth by yourself, and your attempt earlier to bring up stuff with Cap has not gone well. I need you to give me a power roll, please.
Alrighty. That is a 3.
Okay. You think to yourself that you've had a frugal effort, but when you hear about that the Burroughs funeral home is empty right now, or at least that's what the sheriff has said, is that, sorry, the Dawson funeral home is empty, you think to yourself, I mean, funerals aren't cheap. Maybe that's an easy way to make some money.
Okay.
As that happens, you see your two friends come back out of the bathroom, joining you.
It's Halloween night,
Yeah.
and I've noticed something that we're all clearly lacking. We're lacking costumes for tonight.
Oh my god. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I guess we should. I mean, I don't know. We're already out. Like, is it really necessary at this point?
Well, yeah, it's Halloween night, and you can't have Halloween without a costume.
Aren't we a little old to be wearing costumes though?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. What does your ID say? My bad.
My ID says 28.
Yeah, and 28-year-olds still have fun. I'm 32 on mine.
Okay. Fine. Where are we gonna get costumes this late?
Okay, so I just heard a thing from the sheriff. The funeral home across the street doesn't have a single person there. We can go get suits. We could probably go get like a garb of some kind. We could get something inside of there and just pull it out. No money spent. Now, think about that.
Break into a funeral home?
We'll
They
be
get
in and
buried in
out.
their own clothes?
Well, there's
in
like
dead
clothes.
people's clothes?
We're not gonna steal dead people's clothes, not while they're wearing it. That's barbaric.
I don't like this plan. I feel like we're already like breaking the law with our fake IDs, and then we're gonna break even
Yeah,
more
and the
laws
sheriff
by-
and the sheriff right over there is drunk asleep and taking a little resty by. So come on, what's the worst thing that we've made it this far? Why not just push it just a little bit further, have a little bit of fun, and save a little bit of money along the way? That's what I'm saying.
It could be fun to sneak into a funeral home on Halloween,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I guess that could be cool. I guess. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do it. I'm fun.
Scaredy cat.
Stop. This, no.
I guess can I do a spot hidden on the sheriff? Is that just to see like how unconscious he is, like how dead asleep?
You can give me a spot hidden.
Okay. That's a 12.
Okay. Yeah, he's out. Like, big time out. He is snoring. You can probably see him like kind of slobbering over himself a little bit.
He's sleeping like a Doberman. Let's go.
Okay.
What do you guys want to do? Do you want to walk? So the Dawson Funeral Home it's not really right across the street. It's like a couple blocks down. It's kind of what you would consider the edge of town, really, because he actually had a little bit of land around it. So there's the cemetery that's behind it, and then there's like the well-known hill that's close by to the funeral home itself, and then the actual building that's there. Do you guys want to walk? If you walk, it's going to take a minute. If you want to drive, it probably takes less time. It's up to you.
How long of a walk is it? Like 10-ish minutes?
15, 20.
I'm going to be responsible because I've had alcohol and I shouldn't drive drunk. So I think we should walk.
I like walking.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys start to walk, and you walk, and you start to kind of hear the festivities die down as you go, 1 or 2 blocks away from the main street. And as you do, you finally come up to, with a big sign out in the front of it with gold lettering, it's Dawson's Funeral Home. And you know for a fact that Samuel Dawson is he's the only coroner, he's the only funeral home, he's the only everything as far as this goes within like a couple of different counties. He's the only business that your father has not bought out yet. He's refused to give it away. And another thing that you know of is as you look at the building, you can see what looks to be like a main chapel like structure, and then to the side it looks like a residential home, and then there's another part of like the building itself over to the left as you walk up to it. So what do you want to do?
Hey, Amanda. Check underneath the mat over here. There's always a key to get into the building there. Always a key.
How do you know?
I have a feeling about this.
Fine.
Can you give me a luck roll, please?
4.
Okay.
Look at 60.
Almost perfectly, you walk up to it and you flip the mat up, and there's a key right there.
Small towns. What can I say?
I don't like how well. I don't like that you know this. Why do you know this so confidently?
Small towns, they always keep a mat right by the door if someone else loses a key.
Yeah. For no, just throwing it out there, just for sheets and geeglays. Just you know that if you can, you can tell me anything, right?
Yeah,
You
we're
know
all
that-
friends here.
Yeah,
This is an
we're all-
open circle.
Yeah. I just wanna, just for no reason at all. No reason at all. Just wanted you to know if there was anything you needed or wanted to share. Safe space.
Yeah, safe space.
circle.
I would
Yeah.
tell you if I needed something or if I wanted something. I would tell you right now.
Okay.
So pick up the key and open the door.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna trespass into this place we shouldn't be going into.
Everyone's at the festival anyway. It's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine.
It's fine. Yeah, we're fine. It's cool. I'm like, so hand shaking as I'm putting the key into the door.
You put the key in the door and it easily unlocks. And as you open the door, it looks like you've opened it into the residential part. And as you open it, the first thing that happens once you open it is this strong smell of stale alcohol. It's dark and you can barely see into the home itself as the door creaks open.
Why does it reek in here?
I mean, it's stale alcohol. It's like what they used to embalm people with, right? Smell of death.
Ew.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Well, I'm going to use my flip phone to just make a small dim light into the room.
You do that, and as you look into the room itself, it looks like the house/room of a bachelor. There are many glass bottles that are sitting around the room, most of them bourbon, some of them whiskey, a lot of them have been drank, and it's very slovenly, like clothes have been thrown around, and you can even see as you there's not a lot of the residential. You can tell there's maybe a hallway that would lead off into like maybe other rooms, but you can even see in the moonlight that's coming through the kitchen window that like the sink is full of dishes. It's just very well unkempt in this house.
Um,
Can you also give me a spot hidden roll, please, as you step into the home?
that's a 72.
Okay, what's your spot hidden?
Not that. It is
Okay.
25.
Yep. It's the stench is so bad, it's just obscuring, and you're just like, it's too much. You can even smell mold a little bit too.
Okay. Let's just meet at the front door in like 10 minutes. You guys go check like the back area. I'm gonna go check the administrative area to see if there's any like maybe any jackets I could throw over, or maybe like a medical mask or something. I'll go check over there.
Okay. We'll just, I guess, look through dirty, smelly clothes here then.
But you guys get to do it as a team. I have to go venturing off by myself, so meet back here in 5 minutes, right?
You said 10, but yeah.
Okay. You're right. Between 5 to 10 minutes, I'll be back here.
Okay. Have fun.
You head off on your own further into the funeral home. There's a door that leads out from the residential that's connected. So you would walk down a hallway and you would be into the main part of like the business itself of the funeral home. You both are standing inside of this residential area. The smell of stale alcohol is hitting your nose. Can you both give me spot hidden rolls, please?
Yes. 31. So I pass.
Okay.
4.
Okay. You start to kind of pick at some of the clothes and maybe you look at some stuff, and it's definitely, it's either not your style or it stinks is what it is, mainly what happens with it. But then you also notice from a pile of clothes, as it falls over, you see a picture that falls out, and it falls onto the ground and the glass kind of cracks in it. and you pick it up and you see what looks to be a much younger Dawson, and he's standing next to what looks to be a woman with a young child. And then you remember about a month ago, Dawson's wife and child had passed away from a car accident. And you remember that they ruled it as an accident. It was on a back road. A car swung around a corner without anyone noticing. And, because it's the old forest road, no one noticed for a couple hours. If someone had been able to get out there fast enough, maybe they could have saved him, but they didn't. And now, kind of, as you stand in this room and you see these liquor bottles and stuff, you start to have kind of almost, you understand maybe what this mental state of this person is. Pause. We go to you. You are trying to find the administrative office, correct?
Mm-hmm, that is correct.
Yeah, so as you walk down the hallway and you open it up, you enter into what looks to be the chapel and then the foyer. And then over to what looks to be to the back of the chapel, you can see a door that's clearly labeled office. There is another door that's labeled like preparation room. And then over to the other side, you can see what looks to be a door that has like the cremation room or the main lab.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely just gonna try and go for that like office door.
Okay.
Just see if there's any like paper keeping or bookkeeping, any stuff like that, to see if there's money stashed somewhere.
You walk into the office. It is an office. It has file cabinets, a desk or two, some armchairs for some guests, and what you notice too is that you see two photographs that are sitting on the desk. One of a young Dawson with his former wife and child, and then the other thing is that you see them a lot happier sitting on a bench with some trees. Can you give me an intelligence roll, please?
Sure.
Or a knowledge roll?
So that is a 43. So knowledge, my intelligence would be 40. Would be pass, but knowledge.
So with that skill, with you have passed, I'd say, as you're standing there looking at these photos and kind of you're already starting to rummage around and look for maybe like a safe or some cash or whatever you can find.
Mm-hmm.
You remember as you were about to go into the residential house, you saw what looked to be like two graves sitting on a hill not that far away, and you remember about the wife and the daughter who had died in an accident, and that Dawson had buried them right on the property in the grounds. But you're not worried about that, right?
No.
You're looking for money.
Yes.
Start to rumble around. You can definitely tell they're making money, but over the last couple months, as you look through the paperwork, you notice it's not been as much. It almost feels like he's taken less and less funerals and has kind of almost passed it off to other homes until finally you find a safe amongst everything over to the corner, kind of like pushed away from everything.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to do?
Does the safe, is it like a turn one, or does it have a key for it?
It's definitely a tumbler
Okay.
lock. Yep.
I would like,
Give me a spot hidden roll for me.
absolutely. That is a 30.
Okay.
That is a fail, sorry.
That's a fail on your spot hidden. Okay. Yep. What do you want to do with the safe?
Man, I would like to adjust the lock until it feels taut, and then just go to the other side and see if I can just like unlock it just by sensation alone.
As you do that, you move the dial over to it, and without you giving it any force or strength to it, the safe just kind of just opens for you. You don't hear a click or a tumbler. It's almost as if it's been left unlocked. As it slowly opens, you see 2 stacks of cash, roughly about $5,000 is what you can tell. And then the other thing to it is that you see a file that's sitting there, and it's labeled Burroughs.
I put the money in my pockets and I grab the file and open it.
You take the file and you open it, and you see that Dawson had received the body of a Henry W. Burroughs. And at first it starts out like any sort of examination where he's, he talks about he received it from the sheriff, that they had found him on the side of the road, and so on and so forth. But then it gets weirder. He starts talking about starting the examination, and then all of a sudden it drops off for the front page, and as you flip over, you start to see written all over the page in almost a pure mania, he doesn't burn. He doesn't burn. Can you give me a sanity roll, please?
Of course. That's a fail with a 76.
Okay. Take 2 points of sanity, please. As it kind of, it's almost written in a maddening kind of almost crazy way. You've seen The Shining before, and you've seen where Jack talks about, all work and no play make Jack a dull boy, written over and over in Sprague Wade. That's exactly how it's written on this page.
Okay. I want to take a picture of the writing and put it in our group chat and send it to them.
It's 2008.
I send it to them individually.
There you go. You also see in the notes on there too is that his body is currently sitting in the cremation room.
I forward that information over.
You are all sitting there. You're just having no luck. There's just no good clothes for a costume. They all stink. They all bad. What would you like to do? You've seen him run off into the funeral home itself.
Is there somewhere else we could look for clothes? Because these all suck.
I mean, we can keep looking around and see what we find.
Should we go further into the residence to the closet where there's probably clean clothes hanging?
I guess, because I guess they need clothes to dress people in. So in theory, there should be clothes there.
So let's go to the master and dig through the closet.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
You guys head off to the master bedroom. It's even worse than the living room. It's so junky and messy. It looks almost like he's been hoarding stuff as well too. And the smell of mold is very bad in this room.
Why is this place so gross? Why is it so poorly? It's like no one's trying to even attempt to make this place habitable.
I mean, it's a house for dead people, so.
Yeah, but still, they could try, respect for the dead, kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess.
All of a sudden, both your phones go off, and it looks like you've received a text message. And you see that it's from Danny, and there's a picture of a piece of paper that just says, "He doesn't burn," written crazily all over it.
What the hell is this?
Is this a joke? Is this some Halloween prank?
Oh, second text of the information that.
Yep. The
Oh.
follow-up.
Yes, that he's still in the crematorium. Yes, that's what he said. I text him back and say, "Meet at the crematorium?" ? With an emoticon : close parentheses.
You do that, and you get this text message that says that. What do you want to do?
I'm feeling a little meet now. Send.
Okay. what you see her texting on her phone, and you, because it's 2008 and you're not a part of this chain, you see your friend there just kind of go, okay, meeting in the crematorium.
What? What's happening?
So he said the body's still in the crematorium and it doesn't burn, so I feel like we should all just like meet up there because it's his relative.
To do what?
I don't know. It's Halloween.
Y'all, I thought this was supposed to be just like a chill, normal, legal, silly time.
Okay, we're
I just feel
18.
like why are you guys so chill about this? I mean, what if we get caught? What if someone walks in here and we get caught for trespassing?
I don't know. Things just work out for me, so I'm not worried about it.
That's great for you. That doesn't work out for things. Don't always work out for everyone else though.
Well, I still think we should go. You coming? You scaredy cat?
No, don't call me that.
Okay, he's probably already there. Let's go.
Okay, out of the closet we go.
You start to make your way nervously through the funeral home, and as you get into the chapel, you can see Danny kind of waiting / standing right in front of the cremation room, the door still shut, as you all rejoin in front of the door.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like staring at like the crematorium door, just kind of like going through the like looking at he doesn't burn over and over again on the photograph that I sent you guys, just reading it over and over again.
So is that like your uncle or something?
No, it was that guy that we heard at the sheriff. He was talking about that guy, remember?
Yeah. It doesn't burn.
You were having
Was
like
this when I was in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Not throwing up, by the way.
I'm glad you didn't throw up.
Okay, thank you.
But yes. Yeah. The sheriff was saying that there was like some guy in the back who his eyes doing something weird, and they're saying that this guy can't burn. I kind of want to. You're not like a little bit curious on seeing like what this is?
Just what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do when we get there? We're gonna what?
The crematorium's locked. There's a door in the thing. We can just, if he doesn't burn, like we just walk away. What's he gonna do? Open a door with no like latches on the other side?
At that moment, the crematorium door just slowly opens. Can you all give me sanity rolls, please?
Yeah.
16.
38.
97.
Who failed? You didn't fail. You failed.
Yeah.
Did you fail?
No.
No, you didn't.
Just me.
Okay, take 2 points, please. It just opens on its own, and you're just looking into a dark void as you see what looks to be like tile.
It's just an electronic door. There's nothing to be scared about. When they cart bodies through here, they have doors that automatically open. Don't stop being weird about it.
I don't know. This isn't fun anymore for me. So, is there a way we can just like light it up and lock the door and run away?
Yeah. We can do that. Here,
Okay, go ahead.
you go in first.
Why does she have to go first?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, why not?
This is your idea. You go first.
Okay, fine. Okay, I walk through the threshold of the door and then I walk back. I'm like, okay, see, it's not that bad.
Can we at least get some light? Is there like a light switch or something?
I would want to clap. Nope, no light switch.
You really thought that was gonna work?
It would be awesome if it did.
Yeah.
Do you have like a lighter or something? I feel like that's something you would just have on you.
Okay, fine. I've got a lighter, but
You want to give me a spot hidden roll, please?
I would. That's a 70, so that's a fail.
Yeah, no light switch.
I've got a small lighter. It doesn't have that much fuel left, but we can use that. I'd like to pull out.
Before you do that, do we know the mechanics of how a crematorium works? Like, is there like gas going on? Like, if you light it up, or you're not gonna like accidentally catch fire or anything, right?
No. It's like closed, so like we don't catch on fire.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
You walk in. I want both of you to give me spot hidden rolls as he starts to walk in with this candlelight amongst all this darkness.
41. I succeed.
38. I fail.
Okay. You walk in with this lighter, and you start to walk in, and as you do more and more and more, it starts to light whatever it can, and as it does, you start to see a gurney come into the light, and there's a body laying there, perfectly still.
Does it have a sheet on top of it, or is it uncovered?
Just over the lower half of it, mostly it is naked. It looks like it was prepared for whatever he was going to do as far as like examination and stuff. And at that moment, you hear a click as Cap hits the light switch that was right next to the door, and the light lights up. I need you to give me a sanity roll, please, as it scares the hell out of you.
That's a failure.
Okay.
74.
The light turns on, and you're staring face to face at this man whose eyes are just burrowing, like they're open and just staring through the roof. And you're going to take 3 points of sanity damage, please.
Oh my God.
Have you reached 5?
I have reached 5.
Okay, can you give me a knowledge roll, please?
All right. 22 knowledge.
So you pass your knowledge roll?
I believe I do.
I love it when you pass your knowledge roll. Because you've passed, that means you comprehend what you've just seen, and I'm going to give you a bout of madness now. So,
All right.
yeah. As you're staring at this body and it takes over you, it's something about eyes that bother you the most. The way that it just looks up at the roof, and the way it almost feels as if it's staring into a void. It's your first time ever seeing death in someone's eyes. So, for the next 2 hours, you cannot look anyone in their eyes because you feel like you'll see the same thing.
Okay. That I think I can do.
You see him jolt as you flip the switch as he's standing up next to it, and as it does, the room illuminates, and you see him standing in front of this perfectly still dead body that's laid on there, with a little sheet and tarp over it, but you literally see him almost jump out of his skin as you do that.
What, did something happen?
Just give me 1 second, all right? Look at him. I just want to try and see if I can see like what he's looking at as well. But what is it? Just a tile ceiling?
Yep.
What did you think a dead body was gonna look like?
Well, I mean, not a dead body just stares off into space like this. I mean, I want to cover. Like put the shroud over its head.
Yep, you do that. You put it right over his head.
Okay, we saw the dead body. We saw it here. That's really cool, really festive, really fun. Halloween, we did it. We got here. I think we did it. I think we did the festive Halloween thing. I think we can go.
Where are we going?
Out of here.
That's boring.
Through the shroud, I want to poke the dead body. Why can't this thing burn? I want to know why it feels like that. Why? I want to know.
It feels warm.
I would like to touch the carotid artery.
You do. And you don't feel a pulse. But the body still feels warm.
Y'all have got to try this. The body is still warm. This is crazy. I would like to use my memory to just see when that note was taken of the initial scrawlings of whatever. to let them know how long this body's been dead for.
It's been dead for at least over 24 hours. So you would have, even looking at a dead body, I mean, there would have been, even over 24 hours, some sort of sign would have started to show.
Yeah.
Some sort of decay, but even as you kind of, without looking at its eyes, looking at what you can see limb-wise, it looks as if it's perfectly fine.
I'm good. I'm good. I need to go.
What would you both like to do?
Kind of want to touch it.
Okay. Have you ever seen a dead body before?
No.
Can you give me a sanity roll, please?
Sure.
As you get up close to it.
21. I'm good.
Okay, yep. It's creepy. You almost think it almost looks like a prop or something.
Mm-hmm.
But as you get up closer to it, you can tell it's a person. It's just staring up at the ceiling, and it feels warm to the touch. It feels as if it's still, like, alive. But clearly, it's not moving. It's not doing anything to it. What are you doing?
I want to prove that I'm not a scaredy cat, and I'm fun. So I'm also gonna get really close to it, and I'm also gonna also try to touch, and maybe our hands will touch. I don't know. Who's to say? I don't know. Maybe it would be. I'm not gonna oppose it if it were to hypothetically happen.
As you walk behind both of them, you're coming up to the table itself. You kind of are so nervous and so scared that you bump into a table, and what falls onto the ground is like a piece of like medical paperwork, and it just kind of scrambles all across the floor, and it just has Burroughs' name written on it.
I pick it up and I try to read it.
You pick it up and start to read it, and it looks like any sort of medical exam form, but then the same thing, as you start to read it, it starts to talk about how the examination begins, and he tried to saw into it, cut into it, and all of the things started to break every single time. He went as far as trying to burn it with a blowtorch and still could not break or pierce the skin. And then it gets even more maddening how he starts to write about what is wrong with Burroughs' body, and like, what has he done? Has he made a deal with something? Is this natural for a human to be like this? And then you start to see how Dawson writes lower and lower about looking into certain things of the occult. Like, this isn't what a medical examiner should be doing at any point, but it feels almost obsessive as he writes this in these files. And he goes on and on about how he thinks Burrow might have made a deal with something, like a wish. And on there, scrolled at the bottom, he goes, "I'm gonna find out what this is." And at the bottom is the address to Burrow's cabin.
Guys, I think I found something. So I've got these medical papers, and based on what it says, it sounds like this body's not a normal body. Like, when this body was alive, it was making weird deals with some occult stuff.
I don't believe in that.
Yeah, and I don't either, but it sounds like this guy did, and it sounds like whatever he was doing when he was alive, his body's not normal now. I mean, like, it's still warm.
Yeah.
That's weird. And apparently, whenever he was trying to, like, this medical examiner, like, it like, he couldn't get in, all of his equipment was breaking. I shouldn't be saying this, but I feel like but I feel like it might be helpful for the sake of this person who's dead. This guy did put the address of where it said occult things might be. Just put that there.
Can you give me a sanity roll, please?
22.
Okay. Still not shaking you, even though you're nervous.
I'm so cool and I'm so calm. I'm fun.
I mean, the address is going to be his. He's here. We can just have you try underneath his mat over there, see if there's a key for the front door. Bada bing, bada boom. You know, we can just go check it out real quick.
And if no one's there, we can probably get some not stinky clothes for costumes.
That's true. Cabins have great costumes
Yeah.
there.
It'll be fine.
Fine, we're already here. What's a lifetime in prison? You know?
We're not going to get caught.
Fine. We'll just go against all of our morals and values.
We're going to be taking a Porsche there. No one's going to ask any questions about a Porsche going up to the woods.
That's true. You're right.
How far away is it?
I'm not sure. I
25-minute drive. It's at the edge of the forest.
Okay, well, I've only had one vodka Red Bull, so 1.5, because you got me another round.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we'll just walk back to my car and I'll drive us there.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I think enough time's passed anyway, so you should be fine to drive.
Yeah.
But like if we need to get you some water or some food to like really know that we know that you're okay, like we can do that. I want you to feel safe.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sick. Just wanna. Yeah. Let's walk now. Let's
Okay.
move.
As you all walk out of, sorry, not both, as you all walk out of the funeral home together, having seen this information and this craziness that you've uncovered to it, can you all give me spot hidden rolls, please, as you walk out?
I did not get it.
60.
Okay, so fails.
55.
Spot
60.
Okay. You both have a lot on your minds. Cap here seems to be the only one that's realistically having fun. But something catches your eye off over to it because you kind of remember it from the photos that you've seen. You see the hill over to the far left, and you see two graves that are there that are supposed to be of Dawson's wife and child. However, something doesn't look right about it. They look disturbed, almost as if like they've been messed with. Something about it feels unnatural. And as you both are kind of walking out, getting ready to go to the Porsche, you feel drawn to it. It's weird how it looks. And as you get closer and closer to it, you notice that they are graves, but it looks like as if they're both open, and like the dirt has been pushed aside to it. And clearly on there, you see two gravestones that say Anna Dawson and Sarah Dawson right next to it.
Don't like that.
Can you give me a sanity roll, please? Actually, before you do that, I need you to give me a knowledge roll as you look at these graves.
89.
Okay. You look at the graves, and as you do, you feel like you're looking at something unnatural with the way that they are open and sitting open. And as you stare at the door, like the door to the coffin itself, they look as almost they've been pushed open from the inside. Now can you roll sanity for me, please?
38. I pass.
Okay. I still feel like this frightens you enough to where you won't lose any sanity. You steel yourself enough. It's creepy. Maybe it's a prop that Dawson put out for you. That Dawson put out for like Halloween trick-or-treaters or whatever it may be. But it just still looks unnatural to you as it sits there. And I'll say you let out a little yelp And you two notice that Cap's not like walking with you and is standing on the hill looking at these two graves.
Guys.
I sprint straight to her as quickly as I can.
I take my time with my walk.
You sprint and you see Mandy running up behind you.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but that looks like the wife and daughter's graves empty.
Yeah.
And I don't see any shovels, so it doesn't look like anyone's dug them up. It looks like they were taken from the inside. Oh, hey.
Hey,
Feels like they were taken from the inside. So,
can you... I'm going to look at the dirt and see how the dirt was extracted.
Okay. Yeah, you look at it and it looks like is if somebody was pushing from inside of a coffin, it looks like as if it has been pushed over to the side. And you look at the coffins too, and you can clearly see what looks to be like bits of flesh and almost like nail marks as if they've been pushed open from the inside.
I would like to stop looking at the dirt.
Okay, well, I need you to give me a sanity roll, please.
That's a failure.
Okay. That's great. I think we're still at D4 territory. Lose 3 more, please.
Okay.
He looks white as a ghost. Are you looking at them?
Yeah. I'm trying to get Danny's attention. Danny, look at me.
I'm busy right now, thinking.
Danny, look at me. Just look at me. Look me in the eyes. Tell me what's going on.
There's some things clearly being pushed out into our world right now, and I'm just, I don't think I will. I don't think I will.
Sanity roll, please.
29.
Okay. It looks like a prop. It looks like a Halloween decoration to you. Like maybe Dawson just put it out to scare you.
Yeah, this is all just like a fun prank, a fun Halloween prank, guys.
It's a fun Halloween prank. Fun Halloween mysteries.
Yeah.
Everyone's just putting out little props and whatnot, making little jokes out right now because it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, just jokes.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Just jokes.
yeah, it's a good prank.
Yeah, got me. Real got me right.
Yeah. Yeah. So we can just keep on keeping on, and I think I would like to look a little closer because now I'm second guessing myself and feeling anxious.
Okay. You look closer into the coffins and you see the same thing of what looks to be nail marks dug into the inside door of the coffin, and it just smells like rot. It's so bad that even like you start to feel kind of like you're about to like upchuck and you can't stand close to the coffins that much longer.
Yeah, okay, so I'm still, just for my own sanity's sake, I'm gonna say this was just a cute little prank. But in the off chance that it wasn't, what would, hypothetically, maybe we should keep going and go to this, and go to the address so we can, because I'm wondering, because, like, what if, hypothetically, this is all, there's, like, some weird undead beings just out there, hypothetically.
You want to find them?
I think for the good of the world, you know? Like, what if they're out there trying to kill more people? Or trying to raise more people from the dead, hypothetically speaking. If that's hypothetically true.
I mean, sure, we can go save the world right there, but let's go save the world, as Amanda would put it right now. Go stop zombies from coming back from the grave.
Yeah, hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically. So you're not wrong if this happens to go like that. But like, sure. I'm down. I'm all for it actually. I think it would be fun.
Okay, well, let's just walk back to my car then so we can drive, what is it, 30 minutes?
25.
25 minutes to this guy's house that we don't know.
Is there anywhere we can go print the directions off MapQuest?
It's pretty well known about Burroughs' cabin. He would come into town every so often. You might have caught a passing glance of him. He would come into town, he would get a bunch of supplies, and then he would go back to his cabin and stay there. I say you all start to make your way back to your Porsche, and you hop in and you start to drive, and you start to move away from the town, the lights, the happiness, the peace, and the darkness starts to set in more and more as you make this drive. Your headlights are the only things lighting the road as you get closer and closer to the pines. It feels ominous how they stand over as they feel like they get taller and bigger, more sinister. And as you get closer to the cabin itself, can you all give me spot hidden rolls, please?
I did not get it.
Yeah.
Is that 101? Bad, very bad.
What did you roll?
Wait, a 10 and a 1.
10 and a 1, so 11.
Oh.
Yep.
That's how math works.
What did you roll, Katie?
At 33.
Okay, so you failed.
But I succeed.
As you are all kind of thinking about what is going on with these undead zombies that might be running around, as you're driving up to the cabin itself, off at the edge of the forest, you can't help but it catches your eye. As you look over and you see a little girl staring out from behind one of the pines right back at you.
Do I recognize the little girl?
I mean, it looks like the photo you've seen.
That's what I was worried about.
And almost instantaneously, it feels like a storm rolling in as a flash of lightning. And she's just gone. And it's with that, we will end the first episode of Too Close to Home. Thank you so very much for watching. We hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.